What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Bird Cage, another episode of Falcons football. Definitely appreciate you guys coming through, and definitely can't wait to get into some Falcon football tonight. A little change of pace last week. We had former Jacksonville Jaguars and NFL and Florida Gator, Mr. Josh Evans, to come through. Want to thank him for coming through last week. Had fun with that interview segment, but we got to bring it back to the old dirty birds, baby. We getting ready to bring up the Falcons. So let's go ahead and get to it. We're going to have some people to stop by, and we're going to have a fan segment. But also, on your way in, please, on your way in, hit that like and subscribe button for us. It definitely pays the bills, and we definitely appreciate that. So no further ado, got K-Dub in the building. What's up, man?
Going on, everybody? Good to be in the building tonight and hear his story. Let's get into these off-season and early training camp vibes and the things going on right now with the Falcons.
Yeah, we definitely getting ready to do that or whatnot. And then we also got coming to the stage, we also got Coach Cam. What's going on, Cam?
What's going on, fellas?
Hey, man, I know your time is limited. You got some things you handling with some off-season workouts and some meetings with your staff down there and out there in Arizona, man. So thank you for tapping in as well. Hey, let's go ahead and get to it, man. The fundamentals of this team is getting ready to start with the mad scientist, Kevin Stefanski. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about it, man. When you look at everything that's going on, the Falcons have gone 8 years without a playoff moment. So when you look at that playoff moment appearance, however you want to call it, this is a guy who's gone to the playoffs twice. He's done a few things, and we got some things that we're actually trying to get done at this point. When we talk about this team and we're talking about bringing it all together and actually having a chance to win some playoff games. I'm going to go ahead and let Coach Cam start because I know you got limited time tonight, and then we'll slide it to K-Dub. For you, what do you think the formula for the playoff drought is, and how is this going to help the Falcons at this point, in your honest opinion?
In my honest opinion, we need to get more football-minded people in the building. When Stefanski was in the playoffs, he did show some flashes of coaching, of how to get things done, and then he also showed that he can be out-coached. So does he rise to the moment, or does he shrink in the moment? And then when it comes to the players, how much are they willing to buy into the system, knowing the background of the current head coach, as well as knowing the history of this franchise? Because like you stated, we haven't been to the playoffs since 2017. And me and you discussed this off camera. There's not a lot of winning in this franchise when it comes to the playoffs. The leading playoff winner is Matt Ryan and Julio Jones with 4 apiece. So what are the players willing to give up to move forward? Are we going to lose egos? Are we going to take less money? Are we going to take lesser targets? What are you willing to do to get to that next step? And unfortunately, over the last 7 to 8 years, we haven't seen any of it, because from on one end or another, everyone was either pocket watching or we were trying to make people lifelong Falcons. And that doesn't help in a business. So are we going to treat it like a business, or are we going to try to make this feel like a family? Because if you want a family, you can go make one. But I want wins.
And before I pass that to K-Dub, let's talk about it. You had an honest run-in, and if you haven't seen it on social media, it's there. Coach Cam had a little bit of something where he actually spoke some truth about what was going on with the Falcons. And our star-studded cornerback, A.J. Terrell, decided he felt like Coach Cam was hating because he told the truth. And I wasn't going to post that, but we'll talk a little bit about it. Here's the thing. This is what we mean when we say accountability. Coach just said he liked the story about him and his brother getting together. But the honest opinion was, when are we gonna start putting everything together and actually being able to win? How I try to figure out where honesty and truthfulness is when you actually have facts to back it up. How does that become hate? And until self-recognition can happen, you're still going to have the same BS that you've had. Ask the 85 Bears how that went. And that's the reason why they got good. K-Dub, what do you feel as if is your description of what a playoff drought could possibly end up being to end at this point? How do you feel in this sense?
Well, I mean, to kind of capitalize on what Coach Cam was iterating on is that we just got to flush everything. I say we haven't won in so long. I think we forgot how to get to the playoffs. So what we're doing is this new coaching staff, you got to help us find our way, man. I mean, we could keep on talking ourselves into circles all we want to, but we have to show up and show out. So until we do that, we can't do nothing. So we got to make sure that we're crossing our T's, dotting our I's, make sure we're putting the correct players on the field, not just because like you said, he's his brother. If he needs to get benched, if he needs seasoning, if he needs development, then we have to do that. We just don't want to put guys out there for a feel-good story, like you're saying. Like, even though I got a love for Penix, but if he's not ready, he has to sit and get himself ready, get his knee ready, and get himself ready and sit behind too, if he has to do that. We have to do the unnecessary, the uncomfortable things to get better. Making tough coaching decisions, you know what I'm saying? Cutting people that need to be cut. Basically promoting guys that may have not came in highly drafted or highly talented, but they could get the job down and get us wins. So I'm in the same boat with Coach Cam. Whatever we need to do to win, let's go ahead and do that and stop messing around and pussyfooting around and doing the things that we know we can't do to not win. The things that we've been doing the last 8 to 9 years, those are the things we should not be doing. Not letting the starters play in the damn preseason. I mean, come on, guys. How do you build camaraderie? How do you build continuity? And you guys, those guys are okay. They played in the league before. No, those guys need to play. Those guys need to play to build that chemistry and build that dynamic. They need to go ahead and make a serious run for a championship. You know what I'm saying? So, I just need our coaching staff to have no BS nonsense type of coaching staff. We want no BS. We're not trying to be your friend here. We're trying to coach you up to be great. And whatever that looks like, it may be ugly, it may not, but it may be ugly. But we're gonna have to go through some tough and hard decisions and some grueling days out here in this Georgia heat to get better. So, I mean, I just feel like we're on the cusp of a very intense and very competitive training camp, and we'll see how it goes moving forward from there. But I think that's where it starts. That's your building block. Was August 1st or whatever it may be, and was ready to go. Let's knock heads and let's continue to get better and make the tough decisions, because there's gonna be some tough decisions of guys thinking they're gonna start, but you're not gonna start. I don't care about your name, your recognition, what you came in with, or what have you done for me lately. That's the type of league this is, and that's what we're gonna have to stand on.
We appreciate that, K-Dub. In so many words, there's no need for me to even tag onto that because those two pretty much killed everything. So
okay.
at this point, I just move to the next topic. Hell. So when we talk about this and we see what Stefanski's bringing to the table, the other thing that he has that's being cooked up right now, he's got the number 1 back in the league, and that was voted on by the AP poll. Pretty much talking about Bijan Robinson, his elusiveness, his explosiveness, being an elite runner, really hedging out his game all the way around at this point. But the question is, at this point, is how are they going to use him and spare and actually use the other back to take carries off of his legs? Because now that he has that target on his back, he is now what we call a marked man. And when you look at guys that are marked men or whatnot, those are guys that are going to make plays regardless, but it becomes a little bit harder. So the way that you have to create opportunities for guys like this is by taking some of those carries off of his legs and allowing other players to open things up. Because if you're going to sit there and crowd the line with 8 or 9 guys, guess what? I got Drake London. I have Zachariah Branch. I have Jahan Dotson. I pretty much have multiple ways that I can hit you, as well as the newly paid tight end Kyle Pitts that I can hit you across the middle with. So either way you look at it, the way that you help this guy continue to stay in this upper echelon without any type of interference or injury is taking some of the carries and some of the pressure off of him. Some of the touches need to be limited because you need to have him for postseason. So that's pretty much what I have for that number one back in the league. Not going to take too much time on that because we'll turn this into a glaze fest, and that's something that doesn't need to happen. So, I mean, we'll be here all night praising this man, and we got a whole bunch of stuff we got to get to. And so,
I mean, he was the best thing for us last year. So
between him and Drake, yeah, because Drake comes off injury and definitely puts up. So again, you're absolutely right. But speaking of quarterbacks, we got another situation. Terrion Armstead, University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. If you don't know about it, that's an HBCU, baby. He was a pain in the butt for us when he was with the Saints, but him being with the Dolphins had a little bit of time with Tua. And I'm gonna go ahead and read this out, and I'll let Cam start this one off because K-Dub finished the last one off. During his interview, former Dolphins left tackle Terrion Armstead on his podcast, The Set, he's currently Miami's starting left tackle. He actually says he's definitely gonna win the spot when it's talking about him and Michael Penix Jr. and Tua having a bounce back year. And this is what else that was said. Now it must have been said that Tua must have a leg up in the competition, considering the soon-to-be third-year player is coming back from a torn ACL that was suffered in November. If Penix isn't ready to return until late in the offseason, Miami's former starting quarterback is going to get that job by default. And regardless, Paul is rooting for his former teammate, and he said he's a great player, so definitely rooting for him. And Armstead's interview that he put out there, he really gave reasons of battling with this guy, why he feels as if this guy is going to take the job. But Cam, in your opinion, how do you feel about that? You got somebody else from another team that really doesn't have anything invested here, former Saint, is what invested here, saying that Tua is going to possibly be the starter.
If you don't mind, I want K-Dub to touch his one first because I want his perspective, so I can really answer this question.
Go right ahead.
Oh, I've been stating that from jump. I mean, until my guy get cleared, of course Tua's gonna win this battle. I mean, I can't even speak on it until he get cleared. Like right now, he has the leg up, and I understandably believe that. But until the guy even get cleared to even get into the quarterback race, it's a moot point. But I mean, I'm all for whoever they put out there. If Tua's the guy, then that's who we ride with until time being. And Penix, we just had to see where the car may lie. You know, you knew what it was when a new coaching staff came in. You were gonna be behind the 8 ball. They didn't draft you, so I mean, it is what it is. I mean, he may have to go to another team. They may get traded. I don't know what the deal is. I have to see what the coaching staff decision is going to be. But right now, until he gets cleared, I mean, it's Tua's job to lose, I guess. So that's just how I feel about it.
Cam, what you got?
I don't care about anybody outside of Atlanta. If you're not in Flowery Branch or wearing red and black, I can care less about your opinion. I love everything that I've seen from Tua. I love the fact that he's become a more vocal quarterback, a more vocal leader. I love that he's learning how to be that player, and the fact that you have extremely dangerous weapons in Drake, Cliff, not Cliff, but his nephew. You have Brian, you got Brian Robinson, you have Bijan. So he doesn't have to put all of that weight on himself. And when it comes to it, until we get a true sense of where Michael Penix's knee is at, the truthfulness around this thing is that Tua was always on paper the starting quarterback. Just because we all know that when you've had an ACL injury or multiple ACL injuries,
Yep,
you don't come back from those the same. And we've all seen how much Tua has declined with all the head trauma that he's had over the last 4 or 5 years. So with a position that they're with Stefanski's scheme of him doing 2 to 3 drops and the ball needs to be out, does that help Tua prolong his career?
I'll say this, man. When you sit back and you think about it, this whole situation where you talk about Tua, you talk about Penix, other shows spend all day debating on this. I don't, because it's really a waste of time, because it's ifs and what ifs. Look, a lot of people don't want to accept the fact that he's not ready, that Penix is not ready yet. A lot of people are still holding on to that hope. I get it. And there's nothing wrong with being optimistic. But when you have proven medical track records and modern medicine that is telling you that somebody is not ready physically, take it for what it is, because you'd be more pissed off if he comes back and does it and messes it up even worse. Now, we already know what the narrative is going to be for how some fans are. It's going to be, oh, they set him up for failure. They did this, they did that. No. Let's just be real. How can you be set up for failure, in my opinion, if you are not ready? Now, if he was 100% coming in here and it would have been a straight up quarterback battle, then I think it might be a little something different, because Tua really would have to win over the locker room and really not have as many strenuous tasks or whatnot at this point to have to prove. And looking at what's going on with the Falcons at this point, it's really like a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest right now. That's just really what it is at this point, because a lot of folks don't want to accept the truth. And this is what I mean when I say championship organizations or contending organizations understand truth, not feelings. Facts over feelings. Truth. Truth is, you drafted a franchise quarterback who we all want to succeed. Because if you're going to draft that high, you want to get some investment. You want to get some return on your investment. Now, if it continues to plummet, you have to pivot into a better direction. Even if that's the painful memory of seeing him get shipped off. And maybe he might need to go to another system that actually can help him out, because the man has got talent. The question is, how long do the Falcons wait for that talent to flourish? Because eventually the window of opportunity for Atlanta is not even, it won't open if it's never used. So I just look at it from that standpoint of we have to make this stuff literally as simple as can be. You got a guy that's, and I got to quote Mr. Chauncey King of Truce Hurts. Shout out to Uncle Chauncey. You know, that's how we do it. He always says it. He says you got one quarterback that's away from being on a cane or crutches, and then you have another quarterback that is away from being a vegetable with another bad hit because of what he's experienced. I'm more worried about the right tackle position at this point. I don't give a damn about the quarterback, because no matter who you have back there, if that right side can't hold up, you literally are going to have problems with whoever you put back there, because that will be the weak side, and you're going to see guys literally putting more pressure to that side, and that's going to make Callahan's job so much harder. So again, this ain't even, yes, this is about the quarterbacks, but let's keep this a buck. Truthfully, it's really not about the guys that's throwing the ball. It's about the guys that's blocking for the dudes that's throwing the ball, because nobody's going to have success if we don't have that right side right. So,
But you know what?
what's up?
Also scheme wise, because if you know you have a bad right side,
Yep.
that's where you scheme up the running back or the fullback to protect that side. You have him sit there and protect that side right along with the right tackle or even the right guard. Because again, I've seen right guards get beaten worse than home of the clown. So if you really look at it, that whole right side is going to need help. And if we know this right now coming into the season, there needs to be a plan in place where you're scheming that additional help to help out your right side. Because again, like you said, it could be Penix, it could be Tua, it could even be the third quarterback.
Jack
If the right
Strand.
side is not protecting their blind side, they are
And
going to get hurt. And hence why Penix got hurt this past season.
dude, let's
No,
be
they
real
got
on that.
they got two quarterbacks, so they got hurt too.
Because
So
remember, Tua,
I mean,
Penix, Kurt, you got to also put Ritter in there because he got hurt when he was here on that right side. And then remember, you had Logan Westside that got messed up. So it's been 4 quarterbacks that have been hurt, not just Penix. It's been 4 quarterbacks that's been hurt. And a lot of people tried to argue this with me for years. And I've been saying this since Matt Ryan was here. The right side of that line is the weak link. We've never had problems on the left side like that. Now that old man Matthews is getting up there and a little long in the tooth, you still have to look at the fact that they got some guys that can replace him on that side already. It's the right side we haven't figured out yet. And
go ahead and put two out there then, sister. We ain't got it figured out yet. How about that?
At this point, regardless of who go out there at this point, it don't matter.
Yeah, let them go out. Let them go on out there. Since they're all the experts say that's supposed to be out there, let them go on out there.
This is my issue. This is my issue with it. You got a quarterback you brought in here that's got concussion issues. You got one behind him that is like we say, you got to worry about his knees being right. So again, until that right side is right, it don't matter if you got freaking Tom Brady back there. It's gonna be bad for whoever is back there. Period.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. It would look like one of us back there playing quarterback if they don't get that right side together. Let's just be honest on that. That's how bad it would be. I'm a defensive back. I'm not a quarterback, but I know to get the hell out of Dodge if something ain't right. As my grandfather would say, get out of Dodge, son. But speaking of getting out of Dodge, man, we got to take a quick commercial break, man. We got to pay some bills. And, hey, man, y'all sit back and relax, man. We got you covered. We'll be right back. The Birdcage LLC looks to do it again. We got the Falcons Steelers watch party September the 13th, 2026. What location do you say? At Dave & Buster's in Marietta, Georgia.
Now, hand me about 4 or 5 little biscuits. I sure am hungry.
On the game day menu, there will be sliders, wings, fries, bottomless non-alcoholic drinks, but we also have a cash bar for those who want to get their drink on, and also we have a full-fledged menu with waiters and waitresses that are going to take your orders. Also, we have on the ones and twos DJ Swats in the building. We're going to have former ball players to come through to the party. Your ticket also registers you for a raffle giveaway. Hey, we got to hit this thing hard like we hit the Saints. Make sure you get your tickets. You don't want to miss. You know how we get down.
You either get right or you get left. Go.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and get to it. Our next topic of the night, before we get ready to open this thing up to the fans and bring you guys in to talk a little something, man, we got 2 things we're going to talk about, and it's going to fall all into this category. The first thing that we're going to talk about is the Falcons becoming a new underdog of the NFC South. That's pretty much what it is, and all of this falls together. So looking at how the disappointing season was last year for us to go 500, yes, we tied for first place last year. It is what it is, but would love to win the division. But the way that happens is you got to have the building blocks for the future. And this is how you actually rewrite the underdog story to become the top dog. You have a young defense that caused 57 sacks last year, created a lot of turnovers, was the number one defense for about 2 months in the league before everything just crashed and burned. And when you look at the building blocks that you have, you got Xavier Watts, who's learning from Jesse Bates. You have Kobe Bryant, that's pretty much fighting for a number 2 spot. You got Avion Terrell that's stepping into the building, that's trying to fight for playing time. And then you still have Mike Hughes in this secondary, which God only knows why we still have him. And then you look at the linebacking core, Divine Diablo, Channing Tindall. Then you have Christian Harris. You have Jalen Walker. You have James Pierce Jr. once he gets back off his suspension. You got Deshaun Hand. You have LaCale London. You have so many different pieces that are here that on this defense can be the building block. But what's going to happen is the offense has to be transitioned this year for that success to continue. K-Dub, in this situation, when you look at this defense and you look at some of these young guys that are here, what do you think is going to be the major thing that the defense can do this year to repeat the great performances they had at the beginning of the season?
I mean, listening to your coaching, like I say, continue to do the things that you did last year, but build on those building blocks that's from last year. I mean, with the continuity in the coaching department, we didn't change the voice that you have in the room. I think it should improve and bringing in extra guys on this defense. But like I say, you got to continue to listen, not go out there and do too much. Do your job. Don't try to do nobody else's job. What your job is. I think we should be just fine on the defensive side of football. I think our main worries, I mean, I'm sure all of us is going to be that offense. That's why we started on offense with our questions and our disbeliefs and things of that nature. What's going to happen with that offensive line and the quarterback position? But I think I do have a lot of trust in the defense, but I also got to see it and show improve. But I think having the continuity, bring it back, Brick and the defensive line coach and everybody on that defensive side of football is going to pay dividends for us in the long run and even in the short run for this season. But that's what I think about.
Hey, we appreciate it. We got a rival in the building tonight. We got Uncle Said, aka the Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan, aka the Booty Pirates. That's what we call them. If you know the history of the Tampa Bay Bucks, or even I wouldn't even say the Bucks. If you know the history of what a Buccaneer pirate is, you definitely wouldn't want to root for that.
Just 2, baby.
Keep that thing moving. But appreciate you coming through, Said. Make sure you at least, if you're gonna insult us, retweet that on X for us, man. We definitely appreciate it because we getting ready to come in your house and put our foot up on your couch, drink your Kool-Aid, and say F your couch. That's where we at with it. So to hell with the Bucks. That's how we handle that. But shout out to my man Said, get well soon. Had a motorcycle accident. You know, me and Said always go back and forth, but I'm praying for my guy. Definitely glad to hear that he's walking. He's doing his thing right now. But you know, I can't show him no love up in here. Not like that. I gotta hit him first before I show him a little love. But get well soon, Said, man. Thank you for stopping by. But Cam, how do you feel about the building blocks for the future, mainly with the defense? We're on this side at this point.
Well, I loved everything that we had from last year, but there's three major questions. Who fills the role of Caden Ellis and Leonard Floyd? How does Divine Diablo control the defense as the new Mike linebacker? And number 3, can AJ Terrell in that secondary actually defend the back end when teams decide to throw the football? Because again, I don't want anyone to think that Coach Lewis is a hater or anything like that. I like AJ Terrell. I really do. I think he's a great person. He does a lot for the community and everything like that. But if we're talking about football, if we're strictly talking about football, over the last 2 years, AJ Terrell has been one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL. Period. Jesse Bates, for as great as he has been, we're starting to see the decline in this play. Way too many times last season, he was out of place, and he gave a big, huge plays late in downs, and when we had them 3rd and long, he gave up huge plays that became first downs, and they ended up scoring or penning us deep in our own field. Divine Diablo, for as great as he was last year, playing sideline to sideline, he's going to have to be the signal caller. He's going to have to call out the fronts. He's going to have to do a whole bunch that he hasn't had to do. How is he going to prepare for that week in and week out with little to no experience at that position doing that job? And who is going to demand the double team in the middle? Who is going to be that guy that is going to muck up any running play that decides to go inside? I don't think we have anybody on our roster that can be that guy. We don't have a Vita Vea that can demand a triple team wherever he is on the field because he's just that disruptive.
But here's the other thing that you got to talk about when you speak about that defensive line over there. Now, everybody keeps speaking about Vita Vea. We all know that. But the thing is, now you give him a Reuben Bain to go along with that. A guy that's quick, nasty at the point of attack, and one of those guys that could come up and disrupt the game plan. Vita Vea is pretty much going to do what he does, but now you're adding a young, hungry guy to that defensive line that's already good with that Tampa defense.
Yep.
The question is, how do you neutralize that? Because let's be honest, he's going to 9 times out of 10 be on that right side. You got Jawan Taylor that's fighting for that spot. Then you also have Wanye Morris fighting for that spot. And as I said, and I'm going to still keep my money on this guy, Riley Malman. I'm calling my shot right now. Even if he don't start start at the beginning of the season, he will eventually get playing time at that right tackle spot. And before his career is over with, either he's going to be a starting right tackle for us or he's going to end up starting for somebody else because you don't grow 6'8" on trees with 335, 40 pounds that can move like a cat and that plays with bad intentions. Pretty much, if you owed him money, he would break both your legs if he had to. That's the type of guy he is. Now, he's nice off the field, but on the field, he's wired differently and nasty. When's the last time we had a guy that was just nasty? I'm talking about to where if you look at him wrong, he's ready to break your nose. When's the last time you seen an offensive lineman in Atlanta like that?
Been a minute.
I mean, we got good offensive linemen. Don't get it twisted. We got good. But I'm talking about
we're gonna go back to Matt Ryan days, like we said with Julio.
Harvey Dahl was the last O-lineman that we saw that had a mean streak to where he would, and I don't agree with it because I understand that you don't try to hurt people. But here's the thing. Harvey Dahl was willing to end your career to protect his quarterback. Yeah. That was how Harvey Dahl was. I've even saw Harvey Dahl take cheap shots at guys. Just to put the fear on him. And
Tom McCoy was the same way.
Yeah.
I'll put it to you like this. You hit me like that, I'm meeting you in the parking lot with my pistol. I'm just gonna be honest with you. See, I'm old school. I ain't saying 5. I grew up saying 5, but I'm gonna go old school for you. You got to meet me in the parking lot, and I'm gonna have my pistol waiting on you. Because now you messing with my livelihood at this point, and you doing it purposely. That's the type of offensive lineman that you want to have. Because again, most guys out here ain't gonna fight nobody no more. Let's just be real. So when you get a guy that's wired a little different mentally, that rubs off. And the one thing about a Bill Callahan offensive line, they're not gonna be soft. That man has had championship caliber offensive lines under him. Playoff lines and then a Super Bowl offensive line up under him. With Birdcage alumni. Shout out to Mr. Lincoln Kennedy. His son Trey ended up committing to the University of Washington, his alma mater. So congratulations. Definitely good luck on your way, because guess what, young man? We definitely like to have you in Atlanta. And Cam, you already know what he is because you watched him play. 3-star out there in Arizona where you're at, and that's a net, and he's just like his dad, nasty.
Unfortunately, very violent.
Yeah. So again, but shout out to the Kennedy family out there in Arizona celebrating the young man getting his accomplishment of committing to the University of Washington. But getting back to these Falcons, though, our offensive line is going to be the single key to why everything goes this year. Offense, defense, because if we can't control the clock and keep the defense off the field and keep it fresh, we're going to lose many ball games. So the building blocks for this team starts in the trenches and then it falls back. So the next topic we got on hand, the Falcons defensive line is the most underrated part of this team this offseason. Now, how do y'all feel about this one when we talk about the few pieces we brought in during the offseason? Of course, free agency, cat from Jacksonville. And what do you think is going to be the most slept on part about this defensive line that could possibly surprise a lot of people in the league this year?
Stop the run.
Hold up.
Stopping the run.
Oh, he's not ready to come onto the stage yet. We just
Who's
waiting
that?
on you.
Who
Yeah,
got who?
it's your boy. Your boy just pulled up. He done got off the work truck. We just waiting on him to get into the studio.
Black
Yeah.
dude.
Okay, Black. Black here.
Come on, black dude. Come on in here.
I think he back. I think he back to Graybeard now.
No,
I don't know. He still might have that ink in there, man. You never know.
You see the name? You see the name? You see the name?
Hey, he
I
popped
am
down.
the
He gonna
real
pop right back
Graybeard.
in, man. But keep going. I'm sorry about that. We got to stop for him to come through here. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
But getting back to it, man.
But honestly, like,
But hell, we deserve the slander that the media is giving us. What do you mean?
yeah.
Like,
I mean, even if we go win 12 games, they still gonna slander us, man. We have to win it all. We have to win it all.
like, dude,
Y'all act like y'all don't understand why they keep pooing on us, because that's what we do. It's with our pants. I mean, I'm a Falcon fan through and through, but I mean, if you know what we normally do, that's what we normally do. So
hey man,
they
what's
just
up,
go.
GA
They
Texas,
just
boy?
they just betting on the what we normally do. We can always have an anomaly or an abstract year, but I hope it's an abstract year, because what we normally do is wet the dang bed,
But
and we got to change our sheets.
GA Texas, boy, look, I know that you're always gonna be the positive fan, and I know you're never gonna say anything negative with that. But dude, everything that the media is saying, where's the lie? Where's the lie? When are we gonna produce to be able to keep them at bay? Because if we're winning, they can't say anything. But we're not winning right now. So at this point, we've got to win. It's nothing that we can fight right now. And the difference is, you're saying 2016, we went 8-8 in 2015, and we actually showed flashes. Remember, we started that season off undefeated before we ended up losing all those games. So again, until we can actually get it together, it's still the same song and dance. A lot of people aren't gonna like the fact that you're saying that I'm saying that. But look, until we win, hey, it is what it is. It's not that I don't believe in the Falcons. It's the fact that I have to see it before I believe it at this point. I'm not walking into this with blind faith and hoping when we have so many deficiencies at this point. Look who's in the building.
I'll say this.
Hey, he got gray in his beard today, Cam.
Hey,
Hey, he made sure that camera was focused in on that beard.
Bump Cam.
Hey man, he don't want to get the first beard line up.
Great beard back.
I'm back to the regular schedule programming, baby.
So hold on, fellas. Hey, so GA Texas boy, We're not saying that the roster hasn't improved. Great man, turn your radio down because your Bluetooth is coming in crazy.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
So what we're saying is this. We're not saying that the roster hasn't improved, dude. What we're saying is this. You have great players on the roster. Yeah, the roster improved last year, but what happened? No playoff wins. We pissed away games when we weren't supposed to. But at the same time, no, but I'm saying, okay, no, I get what you're saying. Okay. I know it's not us, but I mean, why sit here and get mad at the media when they're doing their job telling the truth about us at this point? No need to. Just let it ride. We'll just have to prove them wrong. Shoot.
Let's put it like this. The Atlanta Falcons are like a black household. We ain't never got two things that match at the same time. You got a great offense. You got a great offense with no defense. You got a great defense with no offense. You got talent. You ain't got no money. When you got money, you can't get the talent. You ain't never got two things that match in Atlanta at the same time when you need it.
And you know the sad part about it? We've been the time when we started going to the playoffs, we had a defense, didn't have an offense. You get an offense when we go to the Super Bowl, don't have a defense. So I'm with you on that. So great, bitch. You walked into some parts of the conversation where we're talking about the defense being building blocks at this point, how the defensive line is pretty much the most underrated portion of this team. How do you feel about the defensive line being slept on, and do you think this is actually a good thing for us?
I think it is a lot better than what we did. Granted, yeah, still know what happened. But I think the depth that we have, including how Mr. Cunningham attacked the draft, especially getting pieces that make sense and that can fit. I think we're going to surprise a lot of people, man. I think this defensive line is going to be top five in the league this year. Bank it.
Well, and speaking of that, here's something else we got to throw out here. There's possibly a chance that a veteran wide receiver could be in the mix for trading for a veteran defender that we have. Mike Hughes possibly might go to Denver for Marvin Mims. It's just a rumor. We're not going to sit here and put it out there all the way, but just keep that in mind that it could be a possibility that they bring in a Marvin Mims at their wide receiver spot. That could be something that you bring in.
You didn't see the other rumor, did you?
I was getting ready to mention that Tyreek Hill is pretty much putting on his social media that he misses his quarterback. But let's keep this a book, man. Tyreek Hill tried to get his paycheck so he can pay off all the damn baby mamas he got. That's what that is. That man need money right now.
And he battling, that gruesome injury he had. I just don't feel like it's gonna be the same cheetah. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a wounded cheetah.
Yeah. I'm with you on that.
If there's a trade,
devil advocate a little bit. If he can give us half of what he used to be and compete that with Drake London, you take a shot on it.
Wherever you riding that right now, you were in the portal like a Georgia Bulldog recruit.
Yeah, you in the Matrix, man.
Hey, you in the portal just like a rejected Georgia Bulldog player right about now. That's what it sounds like. You trying to slide up out of here.
Right.
But anyway,
hey, if there is a trade to be made, right?
Yeah,
that's out there. I know a lot of people might not like it. Some people might rock with it. There's a lot of talk coming out of Cleveland. There's a lot of talk coming out of Cleveland right now. That Jared Verse is not happy and he is ready to leave first thing smoking.
If you bring, and here's the funny part. I wasn't wrong about Jared Verse. And a lot of people kind of chuckled at me because you remember that was my guy that I wanted. And we ended up going in a whole different direction with Trice. And Trice ass ain't been on the field. That man got real estate in Piedmont Hospital. Pretty much no, you know what? Piedmont Palisades. That's the new nickname for it. We ain't calling it Piedmont Estates. Is you're hearing it first here in the Birdcage. If you hear it anywhere else, make sure you let them know that our lawyers are looking at it, and we will take 10 to 50% of whatever they make off of our stuff. See, we ain't doing this here. We trademarking that. Piedmont Palisades.
So
pretty much.
that's the home of Troy Anderson. But honestly,
he just he owns about 3 or 4 houses up in there. That's all.
Yeah. But if there's a way that you can make the trade for James Pierce Jr. and Jerry Verse, that's a win-win for both parties involved. Because you're not having to pay Jerry Verse an extended amount of money for an extension. And then you also allow James Pierce to grow in a place that he can completely get away from everything that happened in Atlanta. Do I want to get rid of James Pierce? No. Do I think he's going to be marred by what happened here? Absolutely, because people are never going to let that man live that down. Whether he's proven innocent or whatever the case is, he's never going to be able to get away from that situation. So to save his career, if I'm his agent, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at where I can put him so he has a completely clean slate in that community. If you could get Jared Verse here to pair with a Jalen Walker and hopefully a Braylon Trace if he's healthy enough to play, that allows you to have a lot of moving pieces that's going to allow Divine Diablo the ability to truly grow as a great Mike linebacker, because now he has the ability to trust other people and put people in the right position to succeed. Because again, when you watched him last year, when he ran it with Caden Ellis, it was almost like watching a mirror. Each side of the field was mirroring the same thing. If you can get Jalen Walker to play alongside him and you have your 2 bulls in Jared Verse and Braylon Trice, now you know exactly what you're getting from your front 7. You can blitz, you can zone, you can run stop. You have everything lined up. Now the only thing you really got to do is fix the back end. So if it's possible, I would say if Ian Cunningham can make that somehow happen.
Because here's the thing. Verse was the rookie defensive player of the year.
Yeah. I mean,
he was one of the leaders in sacks. So again, you're bringing a guy that I said had a motor like crazy that I felt that Atlanta should have taken. But again, when you have idiots that sit back and they fall in love with certain things, and it's like, look, Florida State has been, let's just be real, Florida State players have been good to the Atlanta Falcons. I say that again. Before Prime, you had Bobby Butler. Then you get Prime. Then you get Anton Smith. Then you have Warwick Dunn. I mean, I could keep naming FSU guys that have been here that have been successful. Damn sure been more successful than that mess that's come out of that damn swamp. That's it. Let's keep that a buck.
What's going on? Why are you so sad?
Let's keep that a buck.
No, we hate Florida. I'm trying to figure out. Somebody said they didn't like Jared Verse. I'm trying to figure why he going off.
But the problem was we get so hung up on taking stuff from the West Coast like that. Let's be honest. Okay. The best player that we've had out of Washington was Lincoln Kennedy. Period. The best player. And if y'all say Desmond Trufant, you're lying, and I hope the good Lord make you study through. Because Desmond Trufant wasn't nothing but a piece of burnt bologna that went on a grilled cheese sandwich. What we talking about here? He stayed burnt. But what I'm getting ready to do now, I'm getting ready to drop the link, and we getting ready to let some of the fans come in here. So, you know how this part of the show gets ready and goes, fellas. But before we go ahead and start letting folks come over here and do that.
Yeah, that's right, Great Beard. I'm the real Great Beard.
Here he go.
I'm the real gray beard.
I just see you put
Here we
that
go.
up.
You a phony.
Whatever, Cam. Whatever, Cam. Whatever.
Hey, say y'all tripping.
Authentic gray beard. Authentic gray beard.
It's authentic.
You're a phony.
Y'all
Phony.
tripping.
Shut up.
Hey, Graybeard, Raymond Collins got something to say to you.
What's that?
He just said, he said, shade tree mechanic hadn't until y'all done got started. Yeah, you're right. Man, shout out to our boy Turbo, man. He over there doing his thing on this channel, man. One gun auto, man. Shout out to Turbo. He over there in trouble, man.
Great beard.
Yeah. Hey, man, we just dropped the link or whatnot for you over there in YouTube. Now I'm gonna also drop the link over in X or whatnot. Please remember to have your cameras on. Show a little bit of respect. You know what I'm saying? We might drop a cuss word here too, but you can't come in here cussing like a sailor. It's just not what we do. But man, y'all tap in with us, man. We'll let the fans in. Y'all talk about what we talked about today, and we're gonna see what the deal is. Boy, you got a lot of feedback over there, Graybeard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just like we gave you that feedback on that deal.
You just gotta mute the mic until you ready to talk.
Yeah. So we
Pretty
dropped
much.
the link in the chat. Y'all go ahead and tap in. We'll open this thing up for about 10, 15 minutes, and then we're gonna slide on up out of here, man. Definitely got some bills to pay tonight, man. We appreciate y'all for tapping in, but we definitely want to hear what you guys got to say. But Graybeard, man. So I see you're enjoying yourself at this point.
He ain't Graybeard no more.
Man, bump you, Cam.
That's
That's
Gray
all
beard.
white beard.
Oh, wait, man. Kobo, you gonna call me off-white?
What's the off-white beard?
What kind of crap is no, Cam, I can't let you slide with that one. I can't let you slide with that one.
That man got
No, man, no, man, that's just disrespect. No, you ain't gonna call me no off-white.
You ain't gonna call me off-white.
He said all white. You know what? That just
Nasty.
that was just
Nasty.
ugh.
Man, sheer disrespect. I ain't going for it, man. This is authentic, man. Come on now. Don't hate.
Hey, he said,
Don't
hey,
hate.
he's sitting there saying it's off white. It's more like a beige white over there. You know what I'm saying? It ain't off white.
Beige.
That beige white. Man.
Whoa.
Hey, y'all know
That make you say you gonna never touch that dog again. They say you gonna never.
Y'all know how you wear your white t-shirts and they get a little yellow up under. That's what that beard starting to look like right now, getting that ink up out of there.
Man, y'all go ahead with that, man. Y'all can go ahead. Y'all. This is not open speaking on Graybeard. I tell you that.
Hey, well, you know what? You was the last out of in here, so you catching the strays right now.
Coach K started this man.
He got eggshell white.
Hey, Coach Cam, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you back.
I'm gonna get you.
I'm gonna get you. Mission accepted. I'm gonna get you, Cam. I'm gonna get you.
They say he gonna get you, Cam.
I'm gonna get you.
Sound good?
I'm gonna get you.
Sound
Yeah,
good?
oh yeah, it's gonna be all good. Oh, it's gonna be great.
Sound
It's gonna be
good. It sound
great.
real good.
You
Yeah.
already know that. Look.
Be
You
great.
already know not to come over here because I'm armed and dangerous with some stuff. So you better leave me alone.
Damn, son, where'd you find that?
Leave me alone. Go ahead and roll up like Nate Dogg say.
That boy got a beard full of flowers.
No. You kick my ass, Cam.
Leave it alone, man. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Leave it over with. It's over.
Call my beard cotton.
It's
Hey
over with,
man,
man. Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
don't worry about it. We just gonna take a little bit of that salt out of that beard and marinate them Saints with that mess. You know what I'm saying? When we start fricasseeing them in that gumbo pot they got, and then we pretty much go turn into a little bit of a cannibal and go ahead and slice up that Buccaneer that's down in Tampa. And we'll save a little bit of that salt for them pussycats up there in North Carolina. We
Y'all gonna get off my beard, man.
All on everybody at this point.
You're gonna get off my
All right,
beard, man.
all right, next topic. Let's all about. Let's all about.
Yeah. Y'all gonna get off my beard.
All right.
Don't get off the beard.
Hey, it's
The
your
beard
fault,
look magnificent. Nah, y'all gonna stop hating.
It
Hey,
is your
you
fault,
know what?
sir.
No, I got somebody we
did
gonna
it.
get up on though.
You did
All
it.
I say is this here, man. When you look at what we got right now, with everything that's around, with the Yuccaneers, the Stanks, and the Pussycats,
Yuccaneer.
how do y'all feel about how this division of race is getting ready to go?
I think the division that people thought that was the worst division probably gonna be one of the best divisions in the NFL. It's about to be a fight.
Okay.
People don't set on division for quite a long time, and with good reason because we haven't been that good. But I think every team don't reload it, and I think we're gonna show the NFL how good the NFC South really is. It's gonna be a good division this year. I look forward to it.
Okay. Now the last thing I'm gonna ask, because like I said, we were still waiting on some folks to come through here, but apparently, I guess fans want to be cute today. They don't want to jump in today. They just want to listen. And
Oh,
ain't nothing
everybody
wrong with
want. We turned it into Def Comedy Jam. That's what we did.
that. Hey man, we got to keep it.
Hold on now. Hold on, Great Big. I got him to get off for you, but it happens sometimes.
Don't feel bad.
It's a part of great content.
Yeah.
Look, everybody that had their moment in the sun here on this show.
Everybody has.
Yeah.
Today just happens to be your day.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Gummy bear. What are you talking about?
Shut up, Cam.
Shut up, Cam.
Come on.
Hey man, don't start, Cam.
I got no more.
Look, now Cam. Now Cam. Now look. Now I done left him alone for a reason. I said I'm gonna stall him out. Now you keep going at him, I'm gonna get you. You better leave him alone.
Oh, no, it's cool. Like I said, I got you. I got you, Cam. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Slimer.
Slimer.
Pretty. It's so pretty.
Man.
I can't stand you, Cam.
Hey man, but let's talk about it. Division is loaded this year. All the way around. Everybody enhanced their roster. The question that we have at this point is how it's going to get better. How are we going to be able to put it together? That's the question, folks.
We start putting it together in training camp.
If you are a fan, you are more than welcome to come in here and tap in with us.
We're going to start putting it together in training camp because those different positions that are going to be battled are going to be pivotal throughout to the remainder of the season. I'm just excited to see how that first preseason game, how it's going to look, because we got an interesting quarterback competition. You got wideouts galore, so everybody going to be fighting for that, for those few slots that we got left. The linebacker, defensive line, the cornerback. I mean, every day it's going to be a fight in training camp, and that's the way it should be. The best 11 on the field at all times.
What do you mean by the first preseason game? You know the history of the Atlanta Falcons. We don't play our starters. So you're not going to see if there's any true any true camaraderie because
It's
they
new,
know
but you got a
what-
new coach in here, man. So you don't know how that's gonna end up being.
No, I'm just going off of the history. I'm not saying that that's going to happen right now, but just going off of the history, we know that starters don't play, and it's no way that you can mimic live game action in practice in t-shirt and shorts. So, do we get to see Tua and Michael Penix in real game situations? Do we get to see where they grew in the offseason with the new coach and everything like that? Or are we going to get the same thing we get every year? A bunch of hype just to be let down again.
Oh, we're gonna have a bunch of hype because they need an Emmy, they need a Grammy. The hype team, they need a award. The hype team, they need a award.
All right, we got to mute your mic, Great Big, because you killing us over here, man.
Yeah, but they need a. I mean, the hype team, man, they do an outstanding job. They get me so hyped up every year that fall flat on my face. So they the one who deserves all the awards and the accolades because if the hype team can work on the coaching team, we'll be all right.
Because this is what me and Ryan talked about this. I want to say it was yesterday or the day before. When I look at this roster, at best, I see us going 500. At best.
Yeah.
At worst, I see us winning 4 games. And that's at worst. Because again, there's too many unknown situations because we don't have enough depth in key areas. And that killed us last year when we had a lead in the year before that. We don't have people that can be actual starters that we can plug in if we do lose somebody. So until we figure that part out, because again, when you lose a key starter like a Caden Ellis for almost a month and you become the worst defense in the league, and then you turn around and lose Divine Diablo for 3 weeks, and now you can't get a pass rush off, you have to be able to right the ship. You have to be able to right the ship. 10-7, that's a stretch. Well, even for you, that's a stretch. Even for you.
Hold up.
Listen.
Hold up.
Fan the way he want to fan. Let him fan the way he want to fan, man. Look, I'm not giving any predictions at all because what I see is we like this. I'm not predicting anything. Anybody that want to make predictions, go ahead. Also, make sure if you're right about it, give me these damn lotto numbers so I can win this $600 million. Just saying, if we gonna do this.
777-9311.
7-7-9-3.
All right, Morris Day.
Hey, look. I didn't know we were going to turn into the comedy hour Birdcage, but that's what we are tonight, everyone. Enjoy.
Hey, man, we can't, you know what? We can't always have just serious conversations all the time and be angry. We got to get a little bit of entertainment, just a little down.
Yeah, I mean, I watch a lot of different podcasts, and they keep it light and keep it funny, too, so I mean, it works.
Yeah, just got to get them a little razzle, as they say. But, anywho. But anybody come here whatnot, man. We'll go and in this show. We definitely appreciate you guys for tapping in tonight. Y'all make sure that y'all hit the like and subscribe button tonight. We definitely appreciate our viewers on YouTube, X, other stream platforms. Definitely appreciate everything. Coach Cam, enjoy your day of working today with your kids. Y'all don't kill them too bad, but go ahead and do your thing. K-Dub, thank you for coming through, my guy. And Gray Biz, you got to get that audio fixed. You killing me today. So I'll catch you next time, my brother. We appreciate you. Hey, and for the fans that are in here that took time to kick it with us tonight, we definitely appreciate you guys. We'll have some other stuff coming on, but we got, I'm going to remind you, I ain't even going to say it, but I'll let the commercial speak for itself. And then we'll pretty much slide up out of here. The Birdcage LLC looks to do it again. We got the Falcons Steelers watch party September the 13th, 2026. What location do you say? At Dave & Buster's in Marietta, Georgia.
Now hand me about 4 or 5 little biscuits. I sure am hungry.
On the game day menu, there will be sliders, wings, fries, bottomless non-alcoholic drinks, but we also have a cash bar for those who want to get their drink on, and also we have a full-fledged menu with waiters and waitresses that are going to take your orders. Also, we have on the ones and twos DJ Swats in the building. We're going to have former ball players to come through to the party. Your ticket also registers you for a raffle giveaway. Hey, we got to hit this thing hard like we hit the Saints. Make sure you get your tickets. You don't want to miss. You know how we get down.
You either get right or you get left. Go.
Hey, make sure you guys get this man there going fast. Definitely want to make sure that we got some folks in the house. But hey, thank y'all for tapping in this week. Hey, get your money, say your prayers. Y'all stay safe out there with all that smoke that's in from Canada. Get your stuff together, man. We tired of breathing in your fumes. So we'll catch you on the next one, man. Ghosts.